All right, when you think of Tucson, Arizona, what do you think of? Cactus. You think of the desert, the Sonoran Desert, the beautiful sunsets. You think of some good food, right? Do you think of whiskey? Well, today we're going to get into Whiskey Del Bac, the Distiller's Cut, Summer 25. Full transparency, this was a gift provided by the distillery. So, all that being said, I'm still going to rate it the same way. If it sucks, I'm going to let you know. So, cork pop. Oh, not bad. Synthetic cork. Thank you very much, DelBac. So, Whiskey Del Bac is just that. They are an American single malt coming out of Tucson, Texas. Really? Tucson, Arizona. Sorry. This is the first drink of the day. Doesn't sound like it. No. So this is their Distiller's Cut. This just came out probably a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And this one is special. Now, they're all special. Everything that DelBac is doing is absolutely fantastic. They do a smoked version, which is a mesquite smoked, and then they do an unsmoked version, which is called their classic. And this is actually a blend of both. One of them finished in a third use Sauternes barrel, which is a sweet wine. So I'm expecting really good things out of this. I have already sampled this on the podcast I just released with DelBac. Please go check that out. It was an amazing time. Mark is a great guy. I can't thank him enough for hanging out with me. This one is coming in at 113 proof, 56.5% alcohol. This is bottle 229 of 612 bottles. So not so many bottles. Now, they do use quarter casks on most of their things. So just understand that it is smaller barrels. Therefore, you get darker color. You get a lot more oak extraction a lot earlier. Some of these whiskeys are 18 months. But I'm going to let you know right now that that doesn't back up the flavor. That doesn't turn down the flavor, I mean. So let's get into it. Now, this is partially unsmoked and partially smoked. So there is going to be a little smoky component in this, but in the glass, pretty dark, pretty nice. It's running down the glass fairly quickly. Now, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that some of the congeners and the oils haven't really opened up yet. We'll get into the nose. And I am going to rate this the same way I rate every review that I do on nose, taste, palate, and would I buy again, or in this case, would I buy it? I have many DelBac offerings, and just full transparency, I love what they're doing. So now it is an American single malt. So it is going to be very malt forward, obviously. But also this is something different. This is something unique. It's not just your basic single malt, right? This one has a little bit of smoke. It has a little bit of a candy to it. But let's get into it. Man, the nose on this, it's like if you were to take, and I know I say this all the time, or say something like this all the time. If you were to take, I don't even know how to say it, like a piece of wheat, not wheat bread, it would have to be malt. So what would be malt? Malto meal. Let's use malto meal, right? If you were to take malto meal and put honey in it, that's what this nose is. It's a little grainy, but not overpowering. It's a little tight on the nose for right now, but I think once we have a little sip of it, it'll open up. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Wow. Okay. It's a ride. It's a ride, and it's lingering. It's really nice. Ooh, there's the smoke, right? It just kind of pops in there for a second and says, hey, how you doing? Okay, so let's go back to the nose, and then we're going to rate the nose. And I do 1 through, what do I do? 1 through 10, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's got some like some milk chocolate. And then there's like a note of possibly like it might be raspberry. It's a red fruit. It's a red fruit note, and it could be from the Sauternes cask. I don't know, but there's like a red fruit, but it's not like a cherry, and it's not strawberry. I think it's more like raspberry. And then there's a line, just one small line of smoke. And if I didn't know it was there, I might not even pick it up. So on the nose, I'm going to give it a 9, a solid 9. All right, let's go in on the taste. Now, on the taste, you want to make sure and hold it in your mouth for a second if you can. This is a higher proof whiskey, so if you can't do that, I understand. It will leave you with a little bit more. So I'm going to pause a little bit here and just kind of hold it in my mouth and see what it can envelop into. It is so good. It really is. The transition is shorter. It's not short, but it's shorter. You get this malty sweetness at the very beginning of it, almost like a malt ball, a Whopper, something like that. That chocolate note even comes in. So think about that. And then as it's going, it dives in. It dives into a little bit of smoke, but the smoke is like if somebody had a campfire next to you. You're not even getting the smoke in your face. You can just smell the smoke. We have a wood stove in our house, right? And every once in a while, I don't know if the wind shifts or whatever, I walk into the house and it smells similar to what this smells like or tastes like. The smell of the taste. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but then it lingers, and then that smoke plays really nicely with I'm guessing the Sauternes cask, because it's coming back with this sweetness, but it's that fruity red fruit sweetness, almost to the point of like, what is that called? Like the fruit, that's in the stick, the fruit roll up. It's almost like a fruit roll up. It's really cool. It's really sweet. So I am going to give it a 9.5 on the taste. It is excellent. And we're not talking about the finish, but it lingers for a while. The actual part of the taste is a little shorter, but then it leaves you with something that I'm going to talk about here in a second that is really intriguing to me. Let's go in for one more taste. And then it leaves you with this. Okay, I know what it is. And I said it wasn't cherry, but this brought a memory, right? Because whiskey's about memory. It brought this memory to me of one time I made a smoked old fashioned. You just take your old fashioned and, burn smoky chips over it. Well, I had already drank the old fashioned. It was gone. And there was one of those Luxardo cherries at the bottom. And I picked that, when I smoked it, that Luxardo cherry was on top of my ice ball, right? So it got the brunt of some of the smoke. So at the end, that's your little treat for finishing your drink, I guess. I had that cherry. Well, it was sweet. It was very, very cherry, obviously, but it also had this lingering smoke, and that's what I'm getting. Even while talking, I'm getting that lingering smoke with just this cherry sweetness. Almost, and not to say anything, but if you ever have been around somebody smoking cherry pipe tobacco, very similar to that. It has that taste, and it just lingers. Then you get that smoke, it just lingers for a little bit. Really good. I'm going to give it a 9.25. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so there's a little bit left. I'm just gonna, wasn't even nothing. There was nothing there. Would I buy again? Yes. Duh. Would I buy again? This, I feel like DelBac is doing absolutely fantastic. They are really showcasing what they can do, and they don't care what anybody else is doing. And I love that. I love that for them, because they're doing what they want, and they're doing it well. And they're not worried about an age statement. They're not worried about, anything that anybody else would worry about. They're like, we're trying to produce the best whiskey we can with what we have. And we're trying to create a profile that we want to create, and we're going to stay in that. Now, they do one-offs and things like that, special releases and sherry finished and this finished and whatever. But this one just let the distiller do what he wanted to do. And they do 2 releases, 3, right? Or is it 4? It might be 4. I don't. It'll be up here. They do a number of releases called this in this distiller's cut. This summer, spring, fall, and winter, I think. Anyway, I'm a dummy. It's fine. But they get to showcase what they really want to do besides their core range of stuff, right? So every year it's different. Every year it's something else. They did one last year that was finished in a rye barrel. That's cool. That's different. So just go out there and seek cool and unique whiskey and find some, drink it. If you like it, great. If you don't, move on to the next one. It's all good. And that's what whiskey's about. It's about exploring and it's about telling the story, right? Tell whatever story you want to tell. It's about invoking a memory and about invoking a response out of you. And I'm hoping that this review, whatever you want to call it, invokes some sort of response out of you to maybe go try a little smoky single malt somewhere. Please, because there's a couple out there. You need to try them. And if you're not into single malt, I get it. I'll do a review of some bourbon here pretty quick, I'm sure. So if you like this type of content, give me a follow, like, subscribe, do all the algorithmy things. And if you want before the scenes exclusives and samples sent to you and all the things, think about the Patreon. Patreon.com/The Whiskey Shaman. We hooking people up over there. Just saying. So y'all be good. Drink water because it's hot and you need to drink water anyway. So, and until next time, keep your spirits up. Peace out. What do you think about cactus? That was a stupid intro. Why did you say cactus?